Students, in this we will study about different types of shell organelles. Okay, so first of all we see what are shell organelles. The cellular components are called shell organelles. These shell organelles include both membrane and non-membrane bound organelles present within the shells and are distinct in their structure and functions. Okay, they coordinate and function efficiently for the normal functioning of the cell. A few of them function by providing shape and support, whereas some are involved in the locomotion and reproduction of a cell. So from here we can see that the shell organelles have specific function to perform in order to maintain the various functioning of the shells, such as locomotion, reproduction, shape and support, etc. Now we will see different type of shell. These are the organelles: mitochondria, lysosomes, plasma membrane, Golgi apparatus, cytoplasm, nucleus, ribosomes, nuclear membrane, vacuole, rough endoplasmic reticulum. We have to study these in details. First of all, we will take Yes, first we have endoplasmic reticulum. In this, we can see that it is make and package proteins and lipids, much likely an assembly line found in eukaryotic organisms, forms an interconnected network of flattened membrane endosacs or tubes known as cisternae. Okay, we can see that these are we have cisternae, these types of membrane in this present largest organelle in eukaryotic cell, and it provides separate chemical environment which allows for correct protein folding. Here cisternal gap also, which is called as cisternal space. Now there are two types of endoplasmic reticulum. One is smooth and another is rough. So here we can see that rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. We have two types of reticulum. Now the RER and SER. RER is our rough endoplasmic reticulum and SER is smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Rough endoplasmic reticulum is called rough because it have ribosomes attached on it. That's why the surface appears or marked as rough. So that's why here ribosomes are present on this AR. So we know that ribosomes are important for the protein synthesis. So we can say that in RER protein synthesis takes place in the ribosomes. So here functions of RER: associated ribosomes produce proteins, and second, prepare proteins for export. Now smooth endoplasmic reticulum, our SER. SER is smooth because it do not have any ribosomes attached on it, but it performs also various function. It synthesize lipid, drug detoxification, and third, transport of proteins from RER. Which proteins inbuilt in the ribosomes of RER, then SER transport these proteins to various parts. Now we have Golgi apparatus and its structure and function. We can see, yes, these are very small vacuoles which occur in different shapes such as granules, filaments or rods, as we can see in our diagram. It consists of many small groups of hollow tubular structure with membranous walls and is associated with some minute vacuoles and vacuoles. These vacuoles are arranged parallel in stacks and called cisterns. As we can see that cisterns is located here. The internal space of the vacuole is called the lumen. The space between these cisterns is called as these vacuoles is called as lumen. Now we will move toward the function. We can see it have various function. First, it is concerned with the synthesis and secretion of enzymes and hormones in the shell. Second, Golgi apparatus carries material synthesized by the endoplasmic reticulum to different parts of the shell. The material is stored and packaged in vacuoles. We have seen that how Golgi apparatus carries materials synthesized by the ER to the different parts of the shell. It forms glycoproteins and complex sugar from simple sugar. We can say that here is the formation of complex sugar from the simple sugar. It also forms acrosome of sperm only in animals and in human beings, and lysosome formation also takes place by this. Now we have our lysosomes. We know that lysosomes are membrane bound sacs that called hydrolytic enzymes which digest organic molecules such as protein, lipids, polysaccharides and nucleic acid. And the function of lysosomes are they fuse with food vacuoles and dispense enzymes into these vacuoles to digest the content of the vacuoles. We can say that lysosomes are the disposal system of the cell. They have digestive enzymes which help to digest the food by the different types of the enzymes. Digest damaged organelles. Those cells who damaged after some time, those are eaten by the lysosomes. So that's why they digest damaged organelles and cells. So we also term lysosomes as suicidal bags. So if we will have question who are known as the societal bags among the shell organelles, then we can say that lysosomes are suicidal bags because they digest damaged shell by the digestive enzymes. Now last one, digest bacteria by breaking down the bacteria shell wall. Then we have our plastid cell organelle. As we know, it found in plants. It functions is to store pigment and food. Okay, and structure we can see it is hollow sac surrounded by double membrane and contain own DNA. Okay, so now from here we can see various type of plastid, that is your chromoplast and leucoplast. Chromoplast are color containing plastids and leucoplast are colorless and generally white in color. The function of chromoplast and leucoplast are different. We can see in the next slide. Yes, chloroplast, this is the part of chromoplast, contain chlorophyll, green pigment that absorbs sunlight in photosynthesis and produce and store glucose. And chloroplast is the part of chromoplast which contain chlorophyll. That chromoplast will be known as chloroplast. Chromoplast are contain carotenoids, red and orange yellow pigments found in flowers and fruit. And leucoplast, as we already seen, that it contains no pigment, it is colorless, used to store food, or we can say used to store starch. In next we can see mitochondria, most important shell organelles among the shells because this is called as the powerhouse of the shell. What is powerhouse of the shell? Because energy formation takes place in the mitochondria. As we can see structure, yes, it is double membrane, outer membrane and inner membrane. Outer is a smooth one and inner crystia is folded to increase the surface area. We can see that how many folds are there. These folds increases the surface area, and in the function we can see that how these folds are helping in order to provide the energy. Now functions, as we have already see that it is the powerhouse of the shell because energy formation occurs here. Site of cellular respiration, which breaks down glucose to produce ATP, and ATP is our adenosine triphosphate, which is our energy, and ATP is also called as currency of the energy. And we know that mitochondria have its own DNA and ribosomes, due to which it possesses some different qualities from the remaining shell organelles. and by the help of own DNA and ribosomes, they can independently divide themselves. Okay, and ribosomes help in the formation of the protein. Now we have another cell organelle, that is vacuole. It is membrane bounded sac. Okay, it stores food and water and waste. We can see how vacuoles are here. Okay, yes, plant cells usually have larger vacuoles than animal cells. Plant cells have larger vacuoles than animal cells because in animal cells the vacuoles are so small, but in comparison to plants have large vacuoles because they provide its turgidity and rigidity. Turgidity and rigidity, why? Because it store food and water particles, so that's why they give turgidity and rigidity to the cell, and that's why they form turgor pressure, they produce turgor pressure to the cell wall of the plant. Okay, yes. Now we have cell division. Cell division happens when a parent cell divides into two or more cells called daughter cell. Cell division usually occurs as part of a larger cell cycle. All cells reproduce by splitting into two, where each parental cell gives rise to two daughter cells. And we have two types of cell division, but first we will see why does a cell divide. To produce, yes, to produce sexually, to balance the nutrients and waste moving across the cell membrane, to grow, to heal, and to specialize into different tissues. So we can see there are lots of functions for which cell divides. Yes, we can see we have two types of cell division, mitosis and meiosis. In mitosis, what is happening? Yes, in mitosis, parent cell DNA replicates and it's form two daughter cell. Okay, as we can see, it's form two daughter cell, parent cell, then two daughter cell. In meiosis, parent cell DNA replicates and then first it form two daughter cell, and then from two daughter cell they form further new two daughter cell, and they become totally four. Now we have lots of steps included during this division in mitosis and meiosis. We can see, yes, in mitosis first interphase is there where the cell grows, performs routine life processes and prepares to divide. It is the initial stage and the stage before the division. From here the steps begin. First we have prophase. In this chromosomes are visible, nuclear membrane breaks down, spindle fibers begins to form. Then we have third, metaphase. In this sister chromatids line up at the center of the shell. Then third step we have anaphase. Sister chromatids are pulled apart and move opposite poles of the shell in order to divide. Then we have telophase. In telophase, spindle fibers break down, nuclear membrane forms, and chromosomes begin to uncoil and form chromatin. The last step, cytokinesis. In this, cytoplasm split into two and the cell divides. Here we can see how our one parent cell divide into two by the following steps, that we have prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase and cytokinesis. Now we have meiosis. Yes, in meiosis we can see that meiosis occur in two phases, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. In meiosis 1, those steps as we have seen mitosis, and in meiosis 2 we have also those steps that we have seen in mitosis. But here what happens, just see here, yes, see, in meiosis, firstly prophase, okay, as same in our mitosis, they are starting themselves to divide. Then we have metaphase, metaphase 1, anaphase 1, telophase and cytokinase. In this generally we have to see that how parent cell, okay, how parent cell divides themselves into these two daughter shell. Okay, as we can see from the parent shell, these two daughter shell obtains in the meiosis 1, and then further these two daughter shells will produce new two daughter shell. The first, by the meiosis 1 we get two daughter shell from the parent shell, and then from the parent, now these two daughter shell again divide themselves in order to get two daughter shell, and this will be total become 4. But as we can see in the meiosis, yes, firstly there are 4 chromosomes, but after the division steps, after the various steps, the number of chromosomes is half to the parent shell. So we have seen mitosis. In mitosis identical daughter shells form, but in meiosis this forms half the number of the parent shell in the daughter shell. Yes. So this is our meiosis process, in which 2 steps are included, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. In meiosis 1 parent shell forms 2 daughter shell, and then again in meiosis 2 all those steps occurs which occurs in meiosis 1, but here then 2 daughter shell further divided into 4 daughter shell, and then we can see how the shell division completed. And this was our chapter, and thank you students.